Hello, YouTube, and welcome to Level-Headed News. This is your host, Brenda. I have two articles in this episode for you. Both the URLs are in the description of the video for your convenience. The first one here is off of the animalrescuesite.com, and it says, breaking news, J.M. Smucker expands the recent food. I had mentioned this the other day in one of the episodes about the cat food recall that they had out. Now they have expanded it, and it says the J.M. Smucker Company recently issued a recall, and there's a link there where you can access that if you pull this up. It says for a number of their cat food products due to low levels of thiamine contained in the food. Thiamine is essential for cats, and a diet low in it over a week or more can lead to thiamine deficiencies. While thiamine deficiency isn't immediately fatal, J.M. Smucker is encouraging consumers to check their food and discontinue any that match up with the brands below. And they have a list of them here. There's 9 Lives, Meaty Pate, Platter, another 9 Lives, chicken and tuna, and it gives the lot numbers on each of these and the UPC codes and stuff as well. Another one here is the 9 Lives Meaty Pate Super Supper, and Special Kitty Mixed Grill Dinner, Special Kitty Super Supper Dinner. And it says, why was it recalled? The low levels of thiamine was discovered by Smuckers, and no illnesses have been reported yet. However, if you have been feeding your animal any of these above foods, keep an eye on them. Symptoms of deficiency displayed by an affected cat can be gastrointestinal or neurological in nature. Early signs of thiamine deficiency may include decreased appetite, salivation, vomiting, and weight loss. In advanced cases, neurological signs can develop, which include ventroflexation, bending towards the floor of the neck, wobbly walking, circling, falling, and seizures. What can you do? The products below are affected. If you have food contaminated, or try this, if you have food contained in the recall, throw it out. If you have questions or concerns, Smucker, and it gives their phone number. It's 1-800-828-9980, Monday through Friday, 9 to 6 Eastern Time, or contact them at consumer.relations@jmsmucker.com. So there you have that article, and that's not all of their products. You know, I told you, click on that link and it'll give you the rest of them in this first URL that I've listed for you. The second one is another one. It's off of Natural News, and it says, alert, dog food recalled after discovered to contain fatal dose of euthanasia drug. Avenger's dog and cat food has recently issued a recall on some of their products after traces of a potentially lethal drug were found in their food. Phenobarbital is a sedative normally used to euthanize horses, cats, and dogs. Avenger's hunk of beef dog food is currently the only product suspected of contamination. The manufacturer is subsequently voluntarily recalling all hunk of beef items bearing lot numbers that start with 1816E03HB, 1816E04HB, 1816E06HB, 1816E07HB, and 1816E13HB, and have an expiration date of June of 2020. The FDA reports that the second half of the barcode should read 20109, and it can be located on the back of the product label. These 5 lots of food are the sole focus of the recall, as they were all produced with the same lot of beef from the same supplier that is specifically used for the hunk of beef product. The FDA reports that while the majority of potentially contaminated food has been pulled from store shelves, the advice that if consumers still have cans with the aforementioned lot numbers, he or she should return it to the place of purchase for full refund. So far, 5 dogs have reportedly been affected by consuming this tainted product, and one sadly passed away. The deceased pup had consumed food bearing the lot number 1816E06HB13. Tallulah, the pug who passed away, had eaten the food on New Year's Eve. 3 other dogs in the same household also experienced negative effects from consuming the phenobarbital tainted food. Mrs. Mail, the pet's parent, commented, "I fed them 1 can, and within 15 minutes they were all acting drunk, walking around. They were falling over." Lula's 3 siblings, Tito, Tank, and Tinkerbell, survived after an emergency trip to the vet. Tallulah's post-mortem examination revealed that phenobarbital was the cause of death. Avenger has reportedly paid for all of the dog's medical bills and donated to an animal shelter in Tallulah's honor. The dog food company has also paid for the medical bills for 2 other dogs. In a statement, Avenger said, "We feel that we have been let down by our supplier, and in reference to the possible presence of phenobarbital, we have let down our customers." The company, which claims to only use USDA-approved beef for their food, also commented that they had thought something like this seemed impossible. Avengers has also terminated a 40-year relationship with their beef supplier, which also supplies to other pet food companies. The source of contamination is still not known, but the company says that they will continue to investigate. It is the first recall Avenger has had to issue across their 82 years in the pet food industry. Oddly enough, the FDA has already examined the potential side effects phenobarbital may have on pets. The federal agency has even conducted a study on how much of the sedative needs to be present in a dog's kibble to do harm. The research, done some 15 years ago now, concluded that the most phenobarbital a dog would likely consume was 4 micrograms per kilogram of body weight per day, an amount they concluded was harmless. Of course, these findings only pertain to dry kibble. Hunk of beef is a canned food. Regardless, the FDA has suspected the phenobarbital was present in dog food for at least the last 15 years. They even noted in their study, presently it is assumed that the phenobarbital residues are entering pet foods from euthanized, rendered cattle, or even horses. While the researchers found phenobarbital poisoning to be unlikely, it has become a reality in the amount of phenobarbital in a dog's food. At least canned dog food does have the potential to be harmful. And it certainly makes you wonder, is phenobarbital in human food too? And another concern is that same supplier is supplying other dog food companies, and we don't know who they are. So you have to be really careful with the food that you're feeding your dog. I always say that the best thing to do is anytime you're going to buy pet food, the first thing you need to do is check for pet food recalls before you go to the store, because there's so much of this stuff being recalled anymore that you can't really be sure. And it's almost the same with human food too. Uh, stuff being recalled all the doggone time. No pun intended. Uh, so if you like what I'm doing here, give it a thumbs up. Share it on your social media so everybody gets to hear the news. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you might try that. That way you'll stay informed. I hope you have a great day.